get started. We've got a lot of agenda to get through, so I prefer to have a timely start and just let everybody in as they arrive. Very welcome from me, the Secretary of the EDO Commission, on our yearly commission meeting. We had a very exciting year with all sorts of activities, and you will hear about it all. And we're also going to ask you to tell us about your chess in education adventures towards the end of the meeting. We've got our commission members, and we also have another 30 plus people registered for the meeting. The meeting will be recorded as well as live streamed on YouTube. And without any more explanation, I'd like to hand over to our chairman, Jerry Nash, to welcome you all and give us a summary about last year's activities. Jerry.
Thank you, Rita. And can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, great. Yes. So pleasure to see all of you, even in Zoom. And I, of course, been in contact with many of you over the past several months and appreciate all that you're doing. And welcome to this annual meeting. And let me share my screen and let's see. Can you give me permission to share? Oh,
share screen.
There we go. Okay. And that's better. So, and those of you who are not part of the commission who may be watching this and you're interested in chess and education, I welcome you also. And for those who are not part of the commission, who are not familiar with maybe with the commission's work, our focus is to make chess an essential tool for educating students around the world. So again, if you're on the commission, I know you know this, but this is by means of welcoming those who might not be familiar. And so the focus of our commission is educational chess rather than competitive chess. So our emphasis is on interdisciplinary and transversal connections. Basically, what we mean by that is we're using chess as the vehicle to deliver academic 21st century skills and other life skills. So there are a lot of ways of doing that, but our focus is on that versus preparing students to be grandmasters. So our focus is, yes, we introduce chess, but the focus is not on developing chess skills. It's developing these academic 21st century skills and other life skills. So the role of our commission is to help access key stakeholders, whether it's global or whether it's regional or by country, is to help federations and organizations access key stakeholders, to help build the chess and education community, to work with all of those in the community to provide training and resources that they can continue their work, to encourage and enable chess and education related research, to increase quality professional development opportunities for teachers and coaches who are interested in chess and education. And then, of course, to assist federations and organizations in expanding chess and education in their country or their regions. So the goals that you see here, and I'm not going to read them, but the goals for us for these 4 years and the 3 remaining years is to these goals are based on the survey that was done a couple of years ago, partnership between European Chess Union and FIDE, and based on those goals, you see our FIDE's goal to become be a global leader in chess and education. Obviously, not to do everything because that's impossible, and there's so much fine work going on around the world. But and part of that goal is to actually give visibility to the excellent work going on in so many places around the world. So it's not all about FIDE, it's not all about our commission, but one of our roles as commission is to help give visibility to that work. But then you see the numbers there. that are our goals, again, based on the survey from a couple of years ago. So this year, our highlights, and we're coming to the end of what I would consider an excellent year for our work. You know, the commission, others who have contacted us saying, here's what we're involved in. But just a few of the highlights. We revised the preparation of teachers course and have been offering that throughout the year. Development of EDU website. And by the way, other people will be talking a lot more about these areas throughout this meeting. But just to give you some highlights, the new website, we've been supporting education conferences and global initiatives in countries and increasing global involvement for Chesson Education. Again, a few highlights. As of the time of building this report, and I know this is not entirely accurate because we've had some trainings after this report was prepared, so this is not, it's actually a little bit more than this, but at the time of this report, we had 9 online and 9 in-person preparation of teachers courses, 473 participants from 79 countries, and again, as of the time of this report, 284 school instructor title holders. So that is a significant increase from past years. We're excited about that. One, it reflects really great work from commission members. It also reflects the increased interest in Chesson education on the part of federations, governments, local educators. So this is an exciting time, I think, for Chesson education. Some of our goals for next year is the preparation of lecturers courses, and also, of course, creating the POL course and then building, increasing those number of lecturers. We have a new program that we'll talk about later called the FIDE Schools Awards. Chesson Education course certifications. We'll talk more about that later. Continue our education conference support to continue to develop Chesson education resources, and most of all, a goal that's near and dear to my heart is to help federations to build sustainable and scalable Chesson education initiatives in their region. I want to give some special thanks, and I'll say this again at the end, but I want to make sure that I get it in here because we might run late. And I want to thank our commission members in particular, and I know I'll miss some names, so I'm only going to call one. And I want to give special thanks to Rita Atkins, who's the secretary. She's done phenomenal work this year, and I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to work with her. And I'm grateful to have this commission because we've talked through Zoom. We've had personal meetings, in-person meetings throughout the year. You're doing a terrific job. It's my privilege to be working with you. I'm excited about what we're doing together. I also want to thank the FIDE staff. Donna Resnick-Ozola has been wonderful in being a liaison between us as the commission and the FIDE membership board and others. The regional, national, and local leaders in terms of the chess federations and Chesson Education Commission leaders. They have been wonderful this year. Many educators have been a part of the work this year. And of course, our partners and sponsors who, yes, they have companies, but they are also interested in what we are, and that's changing the lives of students. So I want to give a special thanks to all of those folks here at the start. And I'll say thank you again at the end, but I want to make sure that we got this. This is not a 1 person or even a 5 or 10 person initiative. It really does take all of us. So again, thank you. So those are some of the highlights for this year in review. So I'm going to turn it back over to Rita, and I'll come back out of this and stop sharing. And Rita, if you will take us to the next order of business.
Yes, thank you, Jerry, for your kind words. And just to reiterate it, we had busy year, but we are going to have an even busier year next, because now we actually know what we're doing. So you will be all involved and you will be all given great tasks to do next year. So you can't complain about not getting chess in education enough in your life. And the next point on the agenda is to give you a little introduction about our preparation of teachers course. As you have heard from Jerry's introduction, we had 9 online and 9 in-person courses, and several new school instructors were minted. And so let me just give you a brief introduction, some of the highlights of the course content of what exactly we are doing. So I'm going to share my screen. Just 1 second. The one thing we do, we introduce little icons for all our slides to help with the activities that participants need to do. Games, group work, individual work, work in pairs, teacher demonstrations, stop and think exercises are all involved. It's a very, very active course. It's not just us lecturing, and the participants, they have to do the majority of the work themselves. Also for the skills, every time we're developing skills, so we're showing what exercise develop what skills in the children. So all those are denoted by a little icon as well. And the curriculum links that are given for each exercises are also there. We base our course on a course Padlet link that we give to every participant before the course, so they can study it a little bit. It's a great way to run a course because we can put all our exercises on it, which they, when they go into breakout groups, can open and work on. And also they can put their solutions to exercises onto the Padlet. So this is a great resource. We have a course Padlet running for every single course, and that Padlet lives later, so people can come back to it, they can put up more material, and so on and so on. We also have a WhatsApp link, a WhatsApp group for each course, and sometimes even courses that we ran several months ago, there's still active conversation going on about chess and education in those WhatsApp groups. So it's all kept alive. We look after our school instructors, and we keep giving them feedback and support so that they can put everything into practice that they learn during our courses. So the course structure is basically based on 3 things: the chess curriculum, a simple chess curriculum we teach, CIE, a chess in education curriculum, which we intermingle with this chess curriculum, and also some tips to how to teach in the chess classroom. So the chess curriculum is very simple. We introduce first the board and the chess pieces in order, very, very slowly. Rooks, bishops, queen, knight, king, pawn, in this order. We do this through a series of mini games. Then we introduce check with the ABC method, avoid block capture. We talk a little bit about the history of checkmate and use progressive rules in chess. We don't have to play every game with a checkmate. Sometimes we allow the king to be taken, and so on. The critical thinking skills are enhanced with the compare and contrast type of exercises, like you've got to decide if a certain position is checkmate, stalemate, or neither. Most of the special moves, like the castling, the en passant, I practiced using online tools like Light Chess, chess.com, and so on. And all algebraic notation is part of our curriculum. We do this because of its strong literacy connection. We think it's an important thing to do in the classroom. Just a few examples from here is the mini game we play. You've got to capture that bishop with the 2 rooks and the queen. I think you can do it in 4 and 5 moves if you are really very, very good at it. 2 kings, white wins if white king gets to the 8th rank, black king wins if black king gets to the 1st rank. It's quite an exciting game with opposition and mathematical links as well. Hungry pawn, the pawn needs to eat as many apples as possible. can either capture or move without eating, find the maximum number of apples that the pawn can eat. And this is king security. It's a variant of disco duel. In disco duel, you've got two knights fighting against the 8 pawns, trying to capture the pawns before they get to the promotion line. Here, a king, a bishop, and the knight tries to do the same. And I think here, if black plays well and is able to capture all the pawns before the single one of them reaches the promotion line. Another mini game. First check wins. It's not a fair game, but then, well, life is not fair. White has a great advantage here. All the rules are like in chess, but there is no checkmate. You win if you first give check to the opponent's king. A little bit about history of checkmate, how taking the king was allowed at the beginning, and then from Persia, it was much more difficult to capture the king in the 1700s, 1800s, because you had to announce the check. And from this, what happened was eventually checkmate was introduced. And this is actually the reason why we teach this, is because we think it's also a good idea to teach children chess in this particular order. So first let them take the king, then make them announce check, and eventually also use checkmate. And these were the castling exercises, some special moves we used like Lichess and chess.com for. So these were just the highlights of the chess curriculum. Now, how do we do the CIE curriculum? One of our pillars is to compare competitive chess and educational chess. And then we look at future competencies, discuss what is enhanced by playing chess or teaching chess in the classroom. We look at some curriculum links, and then ask participants to share their own curriculum linked exercises. I consider this one of the most important slides of our course. It's a compare and contrast slide of educational chess versus competitive chess. So I will spend a little bit of time on this. So what do you learn in educational chess? You learn future competencies, skills, and you do it by playing. What do you learn in competitive chess? You learn playing chess. How inclusive are these activities? Educational chess includes all children, while competitive chess includes only some children, usually. The focus is on learning in educational chess, while the focus is on winning when you compete. It's easy to cope with losing in educational chess because games are for fun and they are not that competitive, while in competitive chess, losing can be an emotional burden. And the vehicle to improvement is also different. We use problem-solving mini-games, creation of games, exercises, while obviously when you train in chess, you use game analysis as your vehicle to improvement. What are the rewards? In educational chess, it's observable improvement in school subjects, while the rewards in competitive chess are trophies, rating, good tournament results, and so on. What do we improve? You improve communication and collaboration mainly, and soft skills in educational chess, while in competitive chess, the emphasis on self-improvement. The competencies, the 21st century skills that we enhance, and several life skills. As some examples for curriculum links, this is a favorite of the participants' chess matrix. You have to put in the pieces so the sum totals in each row and column match the ones written in orange. They love this exercise. And this one is from a member of the Education Commission, Boris Brun, the Globetrotter Rook. The Rook is on H1 and would like to visit all sorts of countries and continents, and then you can make up exercises for the Rook to do so, and at the same time learn some geography. And the third part of our course is a few tricks about teaching chess in the classroom. We talk about learning styles, how to give reflection, how to give feedback, how to do classroom management in the chess classroom. We try to make all these specific to chess teaching, because most of our educators are teachers anyway, so they usually have quite good general classroom management skills. And then participants have to make a chess lesson plan. There's also a new element, safeguarding, developed by another member of our commission, Advocate Ansel Laubscher. And she talks in great detail about safeguarding and with a special focus on online safety in the course. So this is a definition of learning style. My favorite reflection activity, the traffic light. Red means one thing that you have been doing before in your practice, but now you've been to this course and you've learned that this was not good, so you will stop doing it. Yellow, one thing that you did before in your practice and you will keep doing it because you will reinforce that this is a great thing to do. Green, one thing you didn't know before, but you learned here and you will start doing in your practice. Other feedback examples, my aha moment, what did you learn in this lesson, and so on. And now some specifics for chess. Here is one for 3 players. When you have an odd number of children in the classroom, how do you keep everybody active? This one is, I briefly explain, you've got the 3 people, red, blue, and yellow. Each of them will play on 2 boards, on one board with white, the other board with black. When they make a move on their board, they put a little curtain ring on the piece that they moved. So their opponent then, when coming to the board, himself or herself will notice which was the last move. So this way, we can keep playing on 2 boards simultaneously. Very successful in classes, this method. And my favorite other differentiation method is honest chess, when the stronger player announces his or her plans when making the move. I made this move because I'm threatening your king with checkmate on f7. You don't say how to prevent that checkmate, but you just announcing it's there, so the weaker player then can use this to help find the best move. Here's an example for lesson plans that we make participants develop during the course. And that's it. So this was a little highlight about our course content. If you have any questions, please, if possible, put it in the chat. And I will pass back to our chairman, Jerry Nash, to talk about our year and invite some members of the commission to talk about specific activities that they did.
Okay, thank you, Rita. And I've covered some of the things that we've done this year, but just to drill down just a little bit, often what we're asked, we're contacted by federations who are saying, we want to increase chess education in our country. How do we do this? And so often we'll have a Zoom meeting and discuss strategies. And often it's a pathway of helping them to formulate their goals. And then as they formulate their goals, how can the commission help? Maybe it's teacher training. Maybe it's, in some cases, it's to visit and just provide visibility for their program. So there are a variety of ways that we assist federations. But in the case of doing the preparation of teachers training, then they can select between online and in person. So that gives you a bit of a drill down into some of the things that are going on sort of behind the scenes, because for some countries it's early stages of the organization. They know they want to increase, but what kind of infrastructure do they need to have a sustainable and scalable initiative? As we've talked about before, yes, we have preparation of teachers courses, but the goal is not just to train some teachers and then wave goodbye to them. It's to help provide an infrastructure so that after that training, you can continue to support them, they continue to do their work in schools, and then that initiative can grow. rather than now just having some isolated teachers across the country that no one knows what's happening. So yes, there's a place for those courses, but always in the back of our mind, it's how do you build that infrastructure so that you have an initiative that you can sustain over the long haul. So Rita, what next do we need to cover from our agenda? And you're muted.
It's to discuss highlights of our last year, like Africa, an India visit.
Okay. Is Abhijit on?
No, he's not here.
He's not here.
But
Okay.
Motokomedy is here for the strategy
okay.
work groups. If you...
Okay, so Motokomedy, I'm going to ask you to share a bit about the online conference earlier, and then also after Motokomedy, I would like Anzel to talk about her observations of what has been happening in Africa, and maybe a bit of the background and how it got started, and then how she's seen it increase over the last several months. So Motokomedy, if you'll start and take just 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and then Anzel, if you'll come in.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much, Rita. Yes, we held our first strategy workshop. The strategy workshop started in Africa, and that's the only one that we managed to host this year. The workshop was mainly awareness, and of course, we had quite a good number of the members of the commission taking part in that strategy workshop. It was quite an exciting workshop. It was the first of its kind. When we talked with Jerry before, he said even if we can have 2 members attending the workshop, because it's the first of its kind, it will be an achievement to the commission. But to our surprise, we had more than 60 members from the African federations attending this workshop. And the workshop was very, very educative, and almost everyone wanted to take part, and they wanted more time. We had some teachings from Jerry. He shared some light with African federations, and this actually opened eyes to most of the federation members who usually believe that chess in education is all about chess teams or chess clubs in schools, but they had to learn on the day that it's not about only chess as a club in school, but to use chess as an educational tool to improve academic results. Generally, federations believe we are to teach children chess so that they can be competitive. But after that workshop, most federations came out clean and knowing that taking chess and making it an academic tool can actually lead to having more school participants as well as athletes playing chess as a sport or as a competitive chess. After sharing with some of our members, we had Adriana who presented some of the materials that they use to the African federations, and it shed new light to most members. We had Rita who also taught a little bit about her experience when it comes to mass teaching and chess in education. It brought new light to most members who attended. And I think they are eager to have such workshops or more workshops. And I believe this has also worked to Anzel's strategy, who has been looking for more federations who wish to host these POT workshops. Already there was, because she was touring Africa already, I think for now there are more federations who wish to have these POT workshops. More people are interested more than before after having, after sharing some light from the members of the commission. It was quite an engaging workshop, and I believe we are going to have more of that. This time around, we're just focusing on federations, but I believe the core that we have to visit is the political leaders who actually are the decision makers when it comes to having chess as an academic tool, you know, in different schools, different government schools, as well as private schools in different countries. But more light has come to Africa, and I believe we need more to take this to other continents. And I believe this will lead to, you know, more light and more individuals taking part in chess in education. And I believe our commission, as a result, if these workshops are to be taken to different continents, different federations, will lead to more individuals taking part, and hence our objectives will be reached. Thank you very much for having given us the opportunity to try this, which came to pass. I believe we need more of this. Thank you very much, Rita.
Thank you very much, Moto Comedy, and I hope to keep going with the strategy work groups with your leadership, and then maybe you can arrange another one for next year or two in a different continent. Okay, so
Definitely.
Ansel, sorry, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, no, I was saying definitely we will need this, and we will surely make it.
Good spirit. Ansel, would you like to tell us a little bit about you've been very busy in Africa this year with all your in-person training courses, but with the highlights of the International Olympic Committee project, please, just what happened there?
Good afternoon, Rita, and good afternoon, everyone. I got so excited now when Rita started presenting some of the slides that we normally use for the online training. Even Lexi, my cat, was jumping up here watching because he thought I'm going to present now, you know. So I think the cat can even present that course by now. Good afternoon again, everyone, and it is a pleasure to see everyone here online today. Well, this has been a very, very exciting year, and I was not aware that I had to do feedback right now, because then I would have given you some statistics on how many people we trained and how many flights I've taken. That would be a very, very interesting statistic to see, and how much the number of luggage, the luggage in kilograms that I've been traveling around in Africa. But it's been extremely exciting. First of all, this project, we first got IOC funding, which we decided then to use between two countries. Now, this is typically how I am. They said use it for one country, and I stretched it. So I would literally, if I could, I would go for 3 countries. But we managed to serve 2 countries, and that was Nigeria and Zimbabwe. We flew Jerry out from the US in July, and we went to Zimbabwe, first Zimbabwe, to Harare, and we presented the preparation of teachers course there. And then we went for 2 days for community outreach to the Victoria Falls. And I think that was also for Jerry a nice experience to see Africa from different angles. And we even went to homesteads, and it was just a really amazing experience. And then from there, we went to Nigeria. But on our way there, we first got lost in transit. Our flights, Jerry really had the typical African experience in that one go, where 8-hour flight took us 27 hours. But eventually we got to Nigeria, and even when we got there, we immediately went into meetings with the Department of Education. Jerry and I thought this will just be a quick meeting in an office, you know, around one desk. We walked in, and it was the media, I don't know how many TV stations, and the entire board sitting there. And we just upped the game, and we were ready to move. And from that, I'm also very happy to say that from those 2 visits alone, there was an immediate spin-off where they got, first of all, the Department of Education involved, and also local sponsors who then invested and wanted to invest in a next training session immediately. So subsequently, from that visit, I went back to Nigeria again in October, beginning of October, to present another course, which was fully sponsored by one of the sponsors that we met with while we were there in July, and that deal was clinched, and they had fully sponsored a training session. Plus, after that, actually last week I went back to Vic Falls. Vic Falls was the outreach part of our Zimbabwe trip, and subsequently they got sponsorship, and we had another course in the Vic Falls. So that concluded last week as well. And we also had, I went to Tanzania as well, and Namibia. Namibia had 2 courses, one in Windhoek and one in Swakopmund right after that, 3 days back to back. My experience, my personal experience, now I'm African. And being from South Africa, I was born here, my parents were born here, my grandparents were born here, so I'm proudly African. And for me to say that at this stage, I think it's safe to say, if anyone wants to argue this, you're more than welcome. But it's safe to say that Africa is at the moment the leading continent in chess and education. I'll say it again, Africa is the leading country in chess and education. You're more than welcome to argue. I do not mind, but you will definitely need to have a very strong argument against that. I'm very proud about that, because Africa, the participants and the people that we trained, it's just absolutely amazing to see that initially we thought this is about the learners, this is about the children learning how to play chess. Yes, it is absolutely. But we forgot, or we missed the idea that in the process, it was also developing an entire community. It developed me as a presenter. It developed Rita. It developed Boris. It developed Tamara. It developed Jerry. All of us as presenting this course. It developed all of us. It also develops the teachers. We forget about the empowerment that this brings to the teachers, to the educators, even to coaches who are existing coaches and titled players. I trained IMs, FMs in Africa who took this course and said, I've never seen this in my entire life. And this is what this is about, empowering people. And through this also what I saw is that it reunited federations. There's a lot of politics in every federation all over, on all continents. And this course brought people together who were actually butting in politics. But when it got to this course, everyone sat around the same table. They played with the chess dice, or they would play out these mini games, and then they're friends. So in that sense, this course is extremely empowering in the sense that it reunites people. So it's empowering in that sense as well. Then also to get media and sponsors on board. This is a very nice course because it's exciting. You would think that chess might be boring. It's absolutely not. And so many people would come out and say, this is actually really good media footage. And the last thing I want to mention, and this to me was one of the most beautiful things that a lady said to me who was in my course, and she is 54 years old, and she's a teacher. And she said to me, after she completed the course, she said to me, you know what, Anzal, I'm 54. And all I could think about was to retire. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher all my life, and I'm tired. I'm tired of teaching. I was actually thinking of having an early retirement, and I just wanted to retire. And the moment I did this course, when I completed this course, I realized there's new life. There's something new for me to do. And that's so much more than even, in my mind, teaching 100 kids on how to play chess. For someone to have the last bit or the last part of their career to realize there's actually there's new life. All right, so in short, there's more to this course than what we realize.
Thank you, Anzal. This was really heartwarming. Sorry, Jerry, over to you.
So thank you, Anzal. And it was a real pleasure that this was my first visit to Africa, and Anzal helped to make it memorable. That and the airlines, they helped to make it memorable also. But to follow up with what Anzal was saying, one of the things that I've been telling federations for years, and we saw this visibly in the International Olympic Committee funded project, is that when as a federation, when you are seen as a partner in education, it opens up that federation for resources that were previously unavailable, resources, human resources and financial resources. And we saw this happen in both Zimbabwe and Nigeria. We're seeing it in other places. It's the idea of when you're viewed, when you are perceived as a partner in education, rather than just a sport that is limited to a limited number of competitors. When you're seen as actually part of the education process, you now have access to new resources. So thank you, Ansel, for your work there in Africa. Abhijit Kunte has joined us, and I had the great privilege of visiting India earlier this year. And Abhijit, would you be willing to share a little bit about not only that visit, but also what you anticipate going forward, if you would, please? Abhijit, are you there?
Hello.
Okay,
Am I
now,
audible?
yes, you're good.
Yeah. So thank you, Jerry, Rita, for this wonderful meeting. And of course, Jerry had come in, I think, August 2023 to India, and he really had a tough time visiting so many cities at such a short duration. We wish that if it could have been a little bit longer duration, it would have been more fun for him. But unfortunately, schedule was heavily packed, and we had discussions on a lot of issues, things. The main challenges what we face in India is currently we have a chess in school program going on in most of the places. It is not the chess in education program. So because chess is a very competitive sport in India, if you think the level of the players which India has currently and the performances which are going on and the young prodigies which are coming on board. So chess is looked at as a very competitive sport. And when Jerry visited, this was a very good dimension what he shared with all the coaches and the officials from the government and the education institutes, that it can be a very good tool to enrich children with a lot of fundamental qualities which are important for their day-to-day life. And that was a great learning not only for the coaches but also for the decision makers, and that helped a lot. I think Jerry visited more than 8 state associations within a span of 10 days. So almost he was traveling every day. And we had, I think, two governments which were really interested in doing it. So one was Orissa, and the second was Gujarat, and the Rajasthan government has already started it. So Dana also visited the Orissa government, I think in the month of October or November, and she had a meeting with the Chief Minister of Orissa. And so it was after the visit of Jerry, and the government has agreed to start 100 chess centers in Orissa, and they want to establish 100 chess centers followed by the chess in school or education program from the month of June 2024. So it will be a it was a big announcement, and they have already started establishing these 100 centers. They already established the Center of Excellence in Bhubaneswar, and now they are starting 100 academies, which will be the feeders for the Center of Excellence, and then the chess in education program will be the feeder for these 100 centers. So this was one big announcement from the Chief Minister. Then, of course, Rajasthan is doing, but Rajasthan was under election. And yesterday the government has changed from the yesterday the election happened. So we will have to wait and see like what happens there. And the third part was Gujarat. So where we are hopeful that things will proceed in much different way. But we are hopeful that India can play a big role. It will be a mixture of chess in schools and chess in education in India because of the competitive spirit and the interest of parents in putting children into chess, but in very competitive way. So it will be always a challenge for India. But we are sure that with the help from FIDE and the local federations and this All India Chess Federation, we will be able to do a lot more in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhijit. And I don't know if you remember this conversation, and I can't recall what city because it became a blur at some point. I knew I was in a city, I just couldn't remember which one. But I will never forget the conversation. And I asked them after our conversation, I said, so about how many teachers, how many teachers minimum do you think you need to have trained? And they said, well, at least 10,000, but really, 30,000 or 40,000. And then I remember, so, and of course, I was blown away. And then Ajit comes in, and I shared that with him, and he just shook his head and said, no one will notice that. I said, well, so what's your number? What number do you think? And he said, oh, we need at least 1 million teachers. And okay, I think we can do that in about 3 weeks. And so we laughed, but thank you, Abhijit, for your hard work and making all those connections, and I look forward to seeing how things progress. Appreciate your work.
Thank you, Jerry and Rita, for the continuous support, and my friend Motamo for Tabano remembering me that this meeting is there. I had completely forgotten about it. Thank you, Tabano.
Okay, Rita, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Abhijit. You just talked about how difficult it is to train 1 million teachers. Well, we would not be able to do it ourselves. So we need to make this POT course somehow sustainable. And the way to do it is to train lecturers who can do it for us. So we have devised 2 FIDE titles, which were approved by the management board just recently, and just now waiting for the council meeting to put a definite seal on it. And I would like to say a few words with the help of Ansel, who helped me with all the legalities before it goes into the handbook. So just let me share my screen again. The existing title we have is the school instructor, the SI title. The school instructors are the educators themselves who introduce school children to the basic chess rules. So when training with the preparation of teachers course, we are giving successful candidates, those who pass the exam successfully, the school instructor title. Now, the new course, which will hopefully run from early next year, like February or March, will be the preparation of lecturers course. It is going to offer a 2-tier qualification, the lead school instructors and the senior lead instructors. The lead school instructors is the first level of qualification, which will enable lecturers to train their colleagues. Not everybody wants to train people in their vicinity for the school instructor title. They might just want to be training them how to be good chess teachers in their classes. So this qualification is for those people. However, if they also want to train for the official FIDE school instructor title, then they have to have a higher qualification, which is called the senior lead instructor. That will be the new name. And it is, well, I think I'm just going to pass over to Ansel to tell us a little bit more about this too. Would you like me to keep sharing this screen, or do you want to?
Yes, Yes, please, Rita.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a very exciting time for us in education, because I am one of those firm believers that if you like doing something and you're good at it and you put the effort in, you need to get recognition for it and you need to get the qualification. So this is the time where we also want to not only train new people, but also recognize those who have been doing this in the past. So at the moment, there will be 3 different titles. The first one is the SI, the schooling instructor title, which is the current one that we are aware of. But this is now the new revised preparation of teachers course that we have done. The one on steroids, if I can put it like that. We shouldn't say that in any sporting code, but in chess, I think it's okay to say that. So this is the preparation of teachers course on steroids, the schools instructor title. Now, those who have done that in the past on the old curriculum, that is absolutely still fine, and those titles are still valid. But the title is for life, but there's a license that needs to be renewed every 3 years. And the renewal of that license will also be communicated and shared early next year on how to do that, because there will be certain things that we would like schools instructors to do in order to stay up to date with the latest development. For us, this is all about 2 things. One is quality assurance, and the other one is guidance. So we also want to guide our educators in that sense. Then the next title is the preparation, the lead school instructor and the senior lead instructor. So don't get confused now. I know this is very, very confusing because it's LSI and SLI. So the LSI is almost like the old lecturers course that the preparation of lecturers course that we presented. Now, those who have the old qualification will automatically fall into this category. So they will already get that qualification where they will be a lead school instructor. Now, a lead school instructor can do the following. They can train their colleagues, and the best or the highest qualification that they can award will be, first of all, a certificate, an attendance certificate, which will be issued by the Education Commission with our stamp on and FIDE stamp on and all that, as just someone training someone else to be able to train children in that sense. But a lead school instructor cannot cannot present a course that will award a title of school instructor at this stage. And the reason for that is that, first of all, it's a more specialized course that we present, because it's also the new course. So for those, sorry for jumping around, but for those who are pulling over from the old qualification to the new one, they will we will provide them with a free soft copy of the new preparation of teachers course book, and they can also attend the first part of this preparation of lecturers course, which will then, the first part of this course will get someone up to the point where they can qualify for the LSI title. Now, after this course, it will be also like a weekend course, a two days course, where they will receive certain material, where we will look at things like how do you like, for instance, listening skills and feedback skills, and how do you prepare for these sessions, and how do you questioning skills, for instance, because you have to, we believe the brain that does the thinking does the learning. So how do you question someone? I know what I want you to say, but I want you to get there yourself, because your brain must do the thinking to do the learning. So I need to phrase my questions in such a way that you will get to the answer that I want you to learn from, not just give you the information. Also, the growth mindset. All of these aspects we will look at. It's a very, very exciting course. It's very exciting, the course content that will be part of that. So that will be the lead school instructor. They will then write an exam at the end of that course, and the successful candidates will then be invited to present a POE, portfolio of evidence, which will consist of certain materials and certain evidence that we want to see that they are ready to move forward. Because now remember, going to the next step, this will be the part where these senior lead instructors will be then able to present a course where the successful candidates from that course will be awarded the SI title, schools instructor title. So this is the big thing, right? So then that will be a period of 2 to 4 weeks where they will then present the POEs, the portfolio of evidence. The assessors will then assess these portfolio of evidence, and going forward, they will then attend another course. Rita, can you do 5 to 8 hour session on the next weekend, where we will go through this portfolio of evidence and add a little bit more of flesh to this specific course. And upon successful, we call it, the person is competent, or if the person is not yet competent, we want to catch you in and not catch you out. So there's a certain way that we will go about to assist for this specific lecturer to get to the point where they can be senior lead instructors. Something that is very important to also note here is that if someone, Rita, just a little bit down, please. I think it's the next part. If someone wants to, first of all, FIDE Education Commission will always, a little bit more, please, Rita. FIDE Education Commission will always have exclusive rights to present the online courses and to appoint the senior lead instructors who will present these online courses. And if someone wants to present, if a senior lead instructor wants to present the preparation of teachers course, then they need to apply to the FIDE Education Commission, and just, you know, there will be a form to complete, and then as an organizer, and then FIDE Education Commission will then approve, and the person can host the course. The reason for this is that we really want to uphold a certain quality assurance. It's very important that what we put out there is the product that we intended and the product that we created. I think I've covered everything for now, Rita. Is there anything else? Okay, right. So
no, I think that was a great summary. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, would you like to ask us now? Because we're going to move on to different topics. No questions. Then I will briefly introduce you to the new website, and we'll have a little break and continue with all the other exciting things we did this year. Before I start with the new website, I would like to say thank you for some of you who really helped the old website to fill with content. We had several blog articles. But just a second. We had several blog articles contributed by Juvencio Blanco from our commission. Thank you very much for those. Ilker has also given us 2 of these posts. So thank you for that. And Charles have written us about these training courses, and also offered to put his new book on the site, downloadable for free. And I'm really pleased with all this, and I'm hoping for you to give us even more contribution in the next year. Very good. Okay, Bartek, what did you want to ask? Did you want to ask anything? No, I just saw a hand up. Maybe it was just me. Sorry. Okay, so let me just show you what we've got here. So we have completed our first stage of the new website development. And this website was written from scratch without any content management system. And the reason for that is that it makes it very flexible. So we can really make it into exactly what we want it to. I had several meetings with Nina Bodenchuk, who's not here now, and also Thomas Correa, who helped with a lot of ideas. I just like to emphasize this is the first stage of development, and I would like to ask you to register on the site and then give me any constructive advice in the next couple of months, what you think it should contain, what else. Also, if you find any mistakes, please don't hesitate to tell me, but all the new constructive advice would be really good to make it into a site that best serves our purposes to spread chess and education around the world. Now, just very briefly, how does it differ from the old WordPress website? First of all, we have registration, so we can keep a track of all the people who have registered and then can sign up for a newsletter. We're planning to start a newsletter next year and looking for a work group that will be organizing that. Not necessarily every month, probably every 3 or 6 months would be enough, but the newsletter could go out like that. And the other reason for registering is because when you register, then you can download free materials. Like, for example, if you go here, I have put up all the textbooks from the old website. We also have from Learning Chess, there is a book there that people can flip through and download if they wish. We've got Juvencio's 2 books, the same book, one in English, the other one in Spanish, Capablanca and his method there. And we also have Charles' a new book, which he wrote with his wife in Portuguese. And we also promised an English version for next year. And you can see very nicely, you can flip through these books and read, and if you like it, you download it. I would like to have a lot more material like this available on our website. I would like it to be a reservoir of chess in education material. So this is one place you can really help us from the Commission, is to provide us with either free textbooks, CIA books, or other material. Other material can be worksheets, anything that you found useful in your practice or you've seen. And of course, not everything has to be for free. So we also have materials that we recommend. At the moment, only books and online tools, but that might be extended to more. I put up Juvencio's new 3 books here, which just appeared this year in Spanish. So they are there. And I've got Carol van Deft's Chess for Educators book. And I'm again asking you to give me some more ideas what books to recommend to chess educators, with the main focus being educational chess as a tool for education. I just need a brief description, preferably a photo or 2, and availability where people can purchase these materials. Online tools at the moment, we have the free curriculum from Chess Kid with all the links, a Chess Legend from Kazakhstan, which is an app to teach chess, and Caisa, that's from Spain, from Pep Suarez. This company is a in-classroom application for playing lots of mini games, perfect chess and education material. Again, if you have more online tools you would like me, you think are quality, we only want to put up very quality stuff here, then let me have this, because this is just the beginning. I really want to make this big and a reservoir of great things. Now, I will let you browse through the website. I just want to point out the main differences. So this is one, the signing in and out, the registration is one. The second one is that we have tagged all posts by country. So, for example, you can read all the news from the United States. Yeah. If you choose the US, then when you click on the news, you will only get the news items from the US that you can then open. Also, there is a gallery, but the gallery is also tagged by country. So if we, for example, click on gallery from the US, we see our chairman, Jerry Ness, busy teaching chess all over the US. Here, this was his recent visit, I think a couple of days ago. And for each picture, we also have a caption. I think it's important to tell the story. So where we are, what we see, and when this happens. So if you, another thing I wanted to ask you, please send me pictures. So some of you have been, like Charles have been, obviously Jerry has. Any great educational event you are involved in, or it's in your vicinity, send me those pictures and with a brief caption of what we see, and then I can quickly put it up on the website. I just show you from Charles. So we are in Brazil, and we go to the gallery of Brazil, then we see all the pictures he sent me with explanation. This is a school chess festival. Excuse me? No. Okay, so that is another interesting idea. And in we will have a contact page for each country, and I would like all the information for chess in education contacts put there. At the moment, in most countries, I just have the person I know, or maybe the federation contact that I found on the main FIDE website. So I need your help here. In your vicinity, again, anything about chess in education, people, what their responsibilities are, new information that would be beneficial for users of the website who are looking for information on chess in education in that country, it should go there. Yeah. So these are the main differences, but we have all the, of course, we have all the posts. They are all in separate. They are all in separate menus. You can search everything. You can search by year, by country, by the tag is the new type of news item, but it's commission news, CI initiative. This is very similar to what we had in the old site. And just one more thing I've forgotten to mention is we will put all our new title holders on this page. At the moment, we have school instructors, and the school instructors are all here, their names, and you can select them by country. Let's see, I'm sure Brazil will have some, or let's see. Let's see Zambia. Do we have Zambia? Yes, we have 4 people from Zambia who are school instructors. You can also search per year of award. We will do the exact same for lead school instructors and senior lead instructors, the other 2 titles that Ansel has talked about. And we also suggest some pictures here for the instructors, and maybe even a little bit of personal information about them if they allow us to put that up there. Social media links are in here. Later, Boris Brun will talk about the Facebook and the Twitter, which he leads very successfully. I just very quickly want to show you our YouTube channel. This is our new YouTube channel. And here there is a video that we made at the Global Chess Festival in October in Budapest, where Boris interviewed 4 prominent people in chess in education. I'm not going to tell you who they are. It's a 15-minute long video. This is your homework tonight or tomorrow to please watch this video. This covers quite a lot about our educational philosophy. Okay, so that is my quick introduction about the new website. Let's have some time for questions. And if there are none, then we have a very quick break.
Rita, you might also mention the continued availability of the old website.
Yes, it is available. All the posts have been transferred to the new one, but we will put the link for the old website on the new website as well. So that will live forever there. So it's not going, whatever you might want to hunt down from the distant past, you will be able to do it. You won't lose. Anything else? No? Then I would like you to just have a quick, maybe 5-minute break, and then we continue with Boris telling us about social media and other exciting developments. Okay, so we meet again at 4:15 CET. have a quick break.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Well, let's continue the meeting. Our member of commission, Boris Bruin, has worked very hard on improving social media visibility this year. So he will give us a short report on that, followed by our new initiative, FIDE Education Award. He was also involved, while he took the lion's share in actually making up this new proposal. And then he's currently started working on curriculum framework curriculum review development, how to assess courses offered by other organizations by FIDE EDU. So please say something about that as well.
Thank you very much, Rita. Hello, everyone. Hello from Germany. I'm just currently running my first in-person course for the preparation of teachers here. Just have some task for the participants here, but I'm happy to share my activities for you. So I will start sharing my screen. So, yes, social media, FIDE award and course certification. So with all our work, we have to focus on the objectives of the Commission. And let me just recap all our most important objectives. First of all, we want to double the number of students involved in scholastic chess. Second of all, we want to double the number of teachers involved in scholastic chess within 4 years. And we wanted to increase the number of participants in FIDE courses, which was the easiest task as a recap. So just to support all of our activities, we have some accounts, one on Facebook and one on Twitter. The Facebook account started with, I'm a math teacher, so excuse me if I'm running it with numbers. Our feed on our Facebook account started with 3,560 followers, and now we're up to 4,000, around about 4,400, which is an increase of 30%. And on Twitter, we started with 889 followers, and we're now up to 1,305, which is an increase of 46%. And not only we are following the key players, ministries, and private initiatives in chess and education, no, they are now also following us back, which is a good sign. Let me say some words about our Facebook account. It's a big step forward that Facebook itself now suggests our page to its users. This is not least a consequence of the much higher post reach, which was around 5K at the beginning of the year and is now at 52K. Every 3 months, our page gets about 350 new followers. And per week, we publish about 5 posts to our audience that grows constantly as well. Some questions and some insights. An under average month is a month where we have a post reach of around 7,000 people and a post engagement of 1,310, which means if 20 people out of this will register for our preparation of teachers course, it's sold out. So it's a good sign to have more than 1,000 people being engaged in our posts on Facebook. If you can see, as you can see here, we have some post reach of around 2,000 per post. Some are only 500, some are around 2,000. And people react to our activities on Facebook very quickly, and it's growing very good. So let me answer some questions. Did we succeed to include women as well? So the average number of players playing chess worldwide is 15%. We have a post reach, the audience of 18.6. So we're a little bit better than the average, but there is still a lot of possibilities and opportunities for us to grow at this stage as well. Another question, did we reach out to the world? Here you can see the top 10 access locations sorted by country. We have India in Asia, Egypt in Africa, the Philippines in Asia, Spain in Europe, Mexico in Middle America, the US in Northern America, Brazil, Argentina, Peru in Southern America, and Iraq in the Middle East. So, well, yes, even more. If we look at the city statistics, they paint a differentiated picture. Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, Yerevan in Armenia, as well as Caracas in Venezuela, and Dhaka in Bangladesh are included. This definitely answers the question, yes, we work for the world, and in 2024, we can specialize even more in this direction. One question that I want to raise to you is, there is anyone who would like to use LinkedIn account with our content. So please think about it, especially our Spanish-speaking colleagues as well, because I translated it for you. Please type it into the chat and follow us on Facebook, FIDE Chess and Education Commission, and on X, aka Twitter, it's at FIDE School Chess. Let me now skip to the next topic, which is the FIDE School Award. Discover the FIDE School Awards designed to elevate the quality and status of chess in broader educational landscape. With the dual purpose of recognizing existing chess programs and ensuring a higher standard of educational chess delivery, this certification process aims to motivate schools and increase student participation. As you can see, our award has a seal already, and there's a draft that I will show to you in silver. The FIDE School Award serves as both recognition and motivation for schools engaged in chess education, aiming to acknowledge existing efforts and inspire schools to either initiate or enhance their involvement in chess-related activities. Additionally, the award functions as a quality assurance tool, striving to elevate the standards of educational chess delivery. By fostering the growth of students within the school system, this initiative aims to contribute to an enriched educational experience through chess. Utilizing FIDE Edu's existing connections with federations and commission members, yes, you, the program will be promoted through various channels, including the Edu website, social media, and other platforms. And last but not least, through the hundreds of school instructors we educated so far. Let's build a stronger chess community together. The FIDE School Award recognizes primary and secondary schools catering to ages 6 to 18 years that meet specific criteria. Schools can attain bronze, silver, or gold levels of recognition with detailed evaluation guidelines provided on the FIDE Edu website. The selection criteria encompasses various factors such as integration of chess as an educational tool, accessibility, diversity in chess activities, educator qualifications, social inclusion, sustainability, and other additional categories contributing to a holistic assessment process. Some schools are happy to receive the logo for their own letterhead, for the entrance to the school, and the certificate as a logo on the website. Also for internal purposes, the efforts of the chess teachers are recognized. The schools that want this are given access to the website and can network with other award schools. They are also reported to national federations. We know talent is global, but opportunities to develop it are not. And in the future, we will think about incentives. We will see when we have the first applications, promote this type of certification to all schools that can do something with it. Finally, my third topic is the course certification. We are fulfilling our core task of spreading chess as an educational tool very well, as many colleagues have shown or experienced, or they themselves contribute significantly to this. It turned out, and this is an outstanding achievement that some people in Chennai 2022 might have wished, but never dreamed for, that we cannot meet the demand for courses, and above all, for further courses. But what we can do after our POT courses and PUL courses, you can certify courses. Here you will find the current status of the certification framework. As you can see, we have some basic requirements. The courses that take place continuously. The courses have a focus on educational chess 2, because we're talking about chess courses. In addition to chess skills, other skills are developed in these courses. This document outlines a certification framework for chess in education, focusing on application and course details. The framework emphasizes chess' role in cognitive, social, and emotional development. It sets objectives, ensure quality standardization, and cultural sensitivity. Detailed information includes organizational details, specifics, teaching methods, assessment procedures, and participant support. The framework emphasizes skill development, community collaboration, and evaluation recertification processes aiming to provide structured, accessible, and aligned educational chess courses for diverse age groups. Recognition and validity are highlighted, promoting international recognition through partnerships with educational institutions. And the frame, yes, here we go. And that's basically it, Rita. Thanks for your attention. Gracias por su atención.
Thank you, Boris, for this comprehensive analysis and all your great work that you did. He did an enormous amount of work for us this year. Would you have any questions for him regarding one of these 3 items? Social media, FIDE School Awards, and course certification. Now you can put that all in the chat or later, or also by email if you have any questions. Okay, so we have 2 other main areas of discussion for today. One is the ED workshops, and the second one is to give.
Can you hear me? I have a question for Boris. Not question, but a response to one of the things he said.
Yes, Thomas.
You get? Okay. Thanks so much, Boris, for the work. I really enjoyed the presentation, even though I've seen most of these in our regular meetings. But I did not know the extent to which you are going to utilizing both Facebook and Twitter. And I think we have a different audience that could benefit from this amazing content if we include LinkedIn. I saw you put at the end that anyone who has interest in utilizing the content on LinkedIn can say so. I think it's important to add LinkedIn to the list because in some regions, in some countries, there are people who say they really do not like social media, but they cannot afford to stay away from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn offers other opportunities, and there we can get in touch with some teachers, some parents, and some potential sponsors in certain localities. So I think thanks for the work, but it's important to add LinkedIn maybe as that tier platform to support whatever work we are doing, Facebook and Twitter.
Thank you, Thomas. So Thomas thinks that LinkedIn would be the 3rd important channel of social media communication for us, and Jerry also agrees. Boris is nodding, so he obviously agrees as well. We may not want him to do all the work though, so I may ask your help with the LinkedIn. And my first point of touch will be Thomas, because he suggested the idea. So we will be in touch, or Boris will be in touch with you, Thomas, to maybe discuss some areas how you could help with the upkeep of the and the creation of the LinkedIn account. Would you be happy to be involved?
It's no problem. It's no problem.
Okay, good.
I do that for our university, so I like LinkedIn a lot. So.
Okay, good. So, Thomas,
Thanks
are you happy with that, Boris?
Absolutely. Thanks for your reply.
Excellent. Okie dokie, good. Now, work groups. Work groups are one way we kind of try to do some chess and education work together as a commission. We had several work groups, some of which produced more work than others. I would like to keep it very flexible for next year. So there'll be some work groups that are short-lived, some will be longer. People can contribute to not just one, but more, and always focusing on the result, what exactly we want to achieve and how much time we have to achieve that. We talked about the strategy workshops. Motokomezi Tabano is in charge of that, and I would like him to head up for next year the same, and maybe try and focus on having just one more strategy workshop in another continent. We have a new workshop, the curriculum design workshop, which is a Spanish workshop headed by Adriana Salazar here, and also involved Ivencio Blanco and Charles Moronetto and Esteban, who is not here at the moment. Would you like, Adriana, to say a few words about your activities?
Thank you. Good morning for everybody. Oh, good afternoon. Its main objective is to provide a starting point for organizations that wish to adopt chess as an educational tool. Create a brief document that provides guidance on how to teach chess skills, what are the most important elements of a chess educational curriculum, etc. This is the content of the text. I want to share my presentation. Okay. So there is an introduction why FIDE present this document. There is a justification, what should we teach chess. The idea is, imagine a principal of a school. Why they have to teach chess in the school? Another part is the theoretical framework, and this is the points. What is educational chess? What are the different aspects of chess? Educational, social projects, social inclusion, competitive, scientific experience, pedagogical foundations, multiple intelligence, etc. Okay. And the proposal, this is our proposal, is necessary skills to be developed in 27th century education, and this other, and the chess curriculum in preschool, in primary, in secondary, and the same assessment strategies, connecting chess with other disciplines, we think is very important. And the chess and inclusion, material resource and physical space, and also teacher training, artificial intelligence technology, what should be teacher training process for chess, and the reference projects, and the conclusions and bibliography. We're working together, and we think in 2 months maybe we can show you the text. Sorry, but we don't have today a translator, so it's very difficult for us, for Vencio, for Charles, for me, and for Esteban. So we apply that the next time with we use a platform that we can use the translator. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Adriana. The reason why translations are not enabled is because of the YouTube broadcasting. I think, so apologies for that, but I think we all understood your English was great and your presentation was very clear.
Sorry, I would like to explain more that we're doing, but I don't speak English very well, you know, and our team has the same problem. But we promise the next time we are going to speak in English better. But if we know first, we can prepare something in English better. Thank you.
Thank you. But I'm sure the work you prepared, these curriculum guidelines, will be absolutely amazing. And it's okay if you prepare it in Spanish. We will translate it into English.
And I want to. I don't know if everybody knows that Esteban and me did a course in Spanish also, because I know about in English, but I don't know if you tell about the course in Spanish for teachers. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sorry, I've forgotten to mention. We also had the preparation of teachers course piloted in Spanish, run by Adriana and Esteban. That was our first foreign language course, and we are planning to keep going with the foreign language courses. The Spanish is a great demand for Spanish, and Charles is promised or volunteered to translate it to Portuguese and also lead the Portuguese course presentation. So we've already got 2 extra languages, and anyone who is from the Commission who strongly feels like wanting to run POT courses in their languages, please contact me, and then we can bring in more languages for our repertoire. Enzo?
Yes, sorry, Rita, to interrupt here, but we also need to mention that if we want to bring in foreign languages, it still has to comply with the regulations that we stipulated in the handbook that are set out on how to present the courses. So I would just like, maybe you can touch on that, or I will be that person, but maybe just mention that there are certain standards that we need to adhere to, and they are stipulated in the course, in the handbook soon.
Yes, basically to keep consistency in our courses in different languages, we will ask all lecturers to attend our new preparation of lecturers course. And then when they do that, they know exactly how to present it according to the FIDE education standards, and that's really it. It's not going to be a hard course, but it will give all the details and all the things we think are important. It's not because there aren't other great courses. It's just if it's a single course and that's the only course FIDE will run, the preparation of teachers course, it has to be consistent across all languages, the same material, the same goals, the same exam difficulty, and so on and so on. So that is why we will ask for that one. Any questions from Adriana or from me? Anyone?
I'm not sure if I understand very well, but I think that a course is, if the course has the same objectives, that's we don't need to make exactly the same course in all the language, because it's very difficult. There is another teachers, there is another culture, so we can agree in the objectives, in the general objectives, the general points, but it's impossible to make exactly the same courses in all the language. I think so. Maybe we have similar ideas, and it's all. I cannot explain very well, but maybe I can write in an email for everybody, and we can go better in this way. Because imagine the same courses in Japanese than in Colombia. It's very difficult, different. The idea is the same, yes, but not the way. Maybe it's possible, but this is also the chess in education in FIDE. Is FIDE. I don't know if I can explain very well, but I hope.
I think we have a simple solution for that. We will have the exact same slides translated, so the content will be the same. And then you have different lecturers, different countries. They will have their own personal style. They will add different things on top. We don't always run the course the same way twice anyway. So we'll have the core the same, the exam questions will be the same, and then every lecturer will add their own unique personality to it, and also taking into account the cultural differences. that is my proposed solution. Otherwise, also welcome commission members to create courses that we can then certify and put it on the website. And then it would be nice to have a huge variety of courses, but we would not be able to administer all of that. We just want this one course. And then all other courses we will direct people to. We will need other courses because remember the titles are for life, but the license is only for a limited 3-year period. So to get licensed again for school instructors, they need to attend another professional development course. So we are looking for great quality chess in education courses, specialized for different ages. It can be all varieties. As long as they're good ones, we will recommend them.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, I am the president of the Francophone Chess Association. We exchanged last year about the French translations with your predecessor, with Esmbat Putian. I translate all the material from POL and POT from English to French, and we had two seminars online. What about the new material, and what about the perspective for the next year for the French-speaking people, for the French-speaking federations? We have already 47 federations member of the Francophone Chess Association in FIDE, and that's a huge part of countries. So what's your plan for us for next year?
Thank you, Patrick. That is really great. I remember you, and we did keep you in mind. We're still trying to revise the preparation of teachers course a little bit, incorporating all of Adriana's and Esteban's great Spanish material into it. And then when it's ready for translation, which should be at the early January, I think, latest, then we'll get in touch with you, and then we can start talking about the translations. What you need to do is that the people who you want to lecture the course, they will need to do the preparation of lectures course, which will be offered in English only. But I assume for continued communications that the main lecturers would be able to also speak some English. Of course, then they can run the courses in French, but they need to be able to speak enough English to do the preparation of lecturers course, so that we can.
But in a lot of African French-speaking countries, they don't know any word of English, so we have to have a full lessons in French and translation in French.
Then probably a parallel lesson like that, yes, that we have a translator who can then really.
I did it before. I did it before for the POL and POT. I translate all the material in French, and we had two seminars with Denis Le Mouton. Denis Le Mouton is a chess teacher in Nigeria, but in French school. And he's very good teacher for chess in school. It was chess in education now. So maybe we can continue with the same person. We will see.
We will work something out, and I will definitely be in touch as soon as we're ready. And we think the course is now as good as it can get. Then it will be ready.
Because you told me that the course changed. There will be a new one.
Yes, it is a new one. This year we'll be running the new one, but we try to make that even a little bit better now. And I just need just from all the feedback we got and all our experience this year, and also Adriana's and Esteban's great experience, that we would like to put all that in. And I think we need probably another month or a little bit more to finish it. And then we're ready to go. And the same for Charles for the.
I'll wait for your feedback then. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. Anyone else would like to say anything? No? Then we had another work group called University Work Group last year, and headed by Bartek Mathieu, who's here now. And I'd like him briefly to just say what plans we've got for next year on University Chess.
Rita,
Just
thank
one
you.
second. I am sorry, but I have another meeting in 2 minutes, so I have to leave here.
It's fine. Thank you for coming
Thanks.
anyway. Thank
Thanks
you, Patrick.
for
We'll be in touch.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for your meeting. Bye-bye.
Patrick?
Yes, thank you, Rita. And I am truly impressed by the amount of work you, Jerry, Boris, Ansel, and everybody else has done. It's truly impressive. Your presentation. I've been to the website. I follow the social media. This is really excellent. Please keep doing. As for our university group and as for our plans, our main goal is to organize the World University Championship. And we had very advanced talks with Lichess. We had a meeting where we already discussed our last details, we can say. So the event will take place on April the 13th and 14th. It will be online. And we hope to the final announcement will be relatively soon. The event will be this time conducted a little bit differently than last time. So there will be the first stage where everybody can participate following our meetings, also meetings with the leadership of FIDE. We decided to introduce a small entry fee to the event. That will drop probably a number of participants, but we still expect a few hundred of them to participate. In the second stage of the event, the top 32 participants will play in a knockout format, and we hope it will be very exciting. We are looking forward, and we are working on the very last details. And I truly hope by the end of December we'll have this final announcement already made by FIDE, and then already many students from different universities keep asking me about the championship. They had very good experience last time.
That's all very great, and I really hope that we'll be in time to organize it. Would you like any help from anyone from the Commission? Do you need more manpower? Shall I?
Definitely, we will need more manpower. This time we'll be organizing this event together with we are organizing together with the Events Commission, and I truly hope they will be the one that will, once the announcement is made, they will get much more involved in the process of preparation of the documents. At this point, it's mainly on us, mainly on me. But I know the Events Commission is also looking forward and is taking this championship seriously. They are waiting for this announcement, and I'm pretty sure they will organize the event very well. We will be, as the Chess in Education Commission, or specifically me, responsible for the contact with the universities. I have lots of contacts. We have them from the previous event. I also have, because I work at a university and we compete all the time. So our role will be the promotion of the event. The Chess Events Commission will be responsible directly for the organization of the event.
So if I understand it well, you would like us to spread the news once we have the dates and everything, that in our own little chess world, we can try and find universities and advertise the event to them. Is that the only help you need, or would you need any for the running of the event, or for the...
For the running of the event, I will need, but probably we will need the help of the Events Commission, because that's how we decided to split this our roles this year. So the role of the Chess in Education Commission will be the role of promotion the event, reaching out to the universities, and the role of the Events Commission will be to conduct the event, to make it happen.
So once we have the final details, we will start the promotion process. Okay, well, good luck with that. Thank you, Bartek, very much.
Thank you
Thomas
so much.
has raised his hand. He would like to say something. You're muted, Thomas.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm happy to see Bartek and I like the idea that we are again discussing this event for university. I think Bartley and I spoke briefly in Chennai. Unfortunately, we haven't reconnected since. I was excited that we were both in the same commission, but for some reason we haven't talked as much as we should, because he worked with a university and I work with the biggest university in Liberia, the University of Liberia. And I've said it to him and others that the university administration really wants to see chess. And I do think that chess in university is one untapped area which the commission needs to focus on, hopefully going into 2024. So with this new vehicle, I hope that he has space. I can work with him. I've said it over and over. I would like to do more because I'm in the university area. And I understand how university financing works, issues around curriculum at the university. So in Liberia right now, we are running a full-fledged chess in education program, even though we have not gotten this training from EDU, but taking it to the university is one place where we have been a bit slow because it's different from chess in education at the lower level. So with this event on mine, I think it serves as an extra motivation for both university students to participate and for the university administration to get deeply involved. So I just want to say I'm here, another willing hand. I can help work on these ideas before they get to the event commission.
Bartek, are you happy to work with
Yes,
Thomas?
yes, so of course, of course. As Thomas mentioned, we met in Chennai. We discussed a bit, yes, and definitely, everybody who wants to join our university group or get involved in the organization of the World University Championship is welcome.
Excellent. So the university work group is then going to keep going, headed by Bartek and assisted by Thomas, and anyone else who would like to join them, please do so. And I'm going to send out a list of all the possible work groups for 2024, and then you can express your interest. So far we have the strategy workshop carrying on. We've got university work group. I would like to have a FIDE awards work group as well, headed by Boris, because I'm afraid we might get inundated with applications from schools once we announce it in January, and he might not be able to assess them all, and it may come in, we may offer it in other languages, not just English, so we will need some help with the assessment of these school applications. So I think a FIDE awards work group is definitely on the cards. I've sent you some information about a proposed artificial intelligence work group. I wonder if, Jerry, you'd like to say a few words about that.
Yes, hang on just a moment. Let me see if I can put this into the chat. I don't know if it will work. Yeah, it did work. These were some questions that were sent out in regard to the possibility of a project related to artificial intelligence. We don't have time for a long discussion here, but I really hope you will take a look at this and give us some feedback. It's certainly not a given that we would pursue this project, but we're certainly interested in it. And in particular, I'm interested in your feedback in regard to how might chess in education benefit from, say, a chatbot or an avatar. Of what use would that be? Would it be competitive with other tools, for online, companies, for what they're already doing? How might ours be different and be helpful? And given the cost of such a project, how much of a priority that should take? So again, we don't have time for a lot of discussion, but I really would like for you to send Rita and I your comments by email. We'll share that with the other commission members. And especially we can make it a topic at our next meeting in early 2024. But this topic came up at the Global Chess Festival, and Judith Polgar had brought in from one of the countries an AI specialist, and so he's given us a proposal for what could happen. But I really would like to get your feedback on that. So again, we don't have time here, but if you would, please send us an email with your comments and ideas, even if it's, I think it would be great for this, and that's all. We would really like to hear that. So thank you very much. So yeah, so from an artificial intelligence standpoint, this should be a topic of conversation, but also we need your feedback on how it would be used. Does it justify the cost, and those kinds of questions. So Rita.
Okay, thank you very much. We might even propose a work group if depends on the answers we get from you. Basically, it's the feasibility of this that we're interested in. Shall we or shall we not do it? Because the cost is, I think, 20, 30, 40,000 of pounds. So it's a significant one. We would only really want to do this if it was if it could be a long-term investment, if we could see this being used for chess in education in the long run. I have no idea. We would need people who really are much more into artificial intelligence, who understand the capabilities of this, and if we put in so much money, then we need to give the developers exactly what we want, and so we need capable people for that. Any comments? No. Adriana? You're muted. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I want to ask if the idea is to have a platform in artificial to plan the classes.
That's a good question. And so what we're looking at this point, what are the ways that we could use it for chess and education? So we're trying to get a scope. What might this look like? Because so that's a good question to ask.
Okay, because just now we have a platform. So I will ask for you, and I will send you an email to show the platform, because there is a excellent platform that you can use to make your classes. I will send you an email, and then you can solve it. Thank you.
And that's the other thing, there are so many great things out there, but not everyone knows about them. So we appreciate you sharing that. So great. So
we may already have the solution.
Yes,
exactly. Yes. There may already be a solution.
I think
why recreate the wheel? Yes.
Yeah, the solution is now. Right.
Yes. Thank you, Adrian.
Well, we're coming very close to the 5 p.m., but I would like to ask if any of you would like to say a few words about what you did this year in your own area of chess in education. Then please come forward now. And if you have any general questions to us that is not on the agenda, this is the time to ask. Diana.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello. First of all, congratulations to all your hard work. It really looks everything so great. I just have my heart is bumping and really great. And big applause for all of you. And I just wanted to ask, do we need to add Instagram to our social media? And I could probably get in touch with Boris and get an Instagram account for us. I don't know if you want.
Boris, you are the boss on the social media?
It would be crazy if I would say no. Yes, definitely.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Great.
Yes.
Thanks for the software. Come back to you.
So the social media work group is also live then. Boris,
Yeah.
Diana, and Thomas for the link.
Yes, great. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Anything else you'd like to say, Diana?
No, I just now I'm in a cold Munich, and from Asia we are trying to get chess in Singapore in a schools. It's not easy process, but with the young federation, I mean the chess players there. We hope that we will be able to invite Ministry of Education for the next tournament that will be organized in March. This is a national individual championship, and to that they can see that we exist there, and that chess in schools would be a great tool. And let's cross the fingers that will work out. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, and well done for the work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Well, can I say just a few words? My name is Goran Antunas. I'm international master. Used to be in chess in school commission, and I was the first ECU youth director. I appreciate very much, and I was listening all you done, and you did really great work. So please let me put on the list to inform, and I will follow the work of the commission. And like President Jerry said, I'll put some proposals in the mails, and then we can discuss next time. So
wonderful.
Hello to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And yes. Thank you. And yes, and all of you, we always look forward to your emails and what your ideas that you share. Thomas.
Yeah. Thanks.
Hello. I am Thomas Kaya, President of the Liberia Chess Federation, and member of this very great and hardworking commission. I just want to make a comment on the website. So first, I would like to say congratulations to us. We have the new website up, and there are just a few things I've noticed. Hopefully, it can be addressed soon. First, there are some countries that do not have chess federation yet. I don't know about the rest of the world, but on the African continent, I know about a few of them, and two are in our zone 4.2, West African region. So Benin and Guinea, right next to Liberia, they do not have. So I'm not sure we need to have them here or provide information on them, because it's very difficult to trace chess activities in these countries, especially they are not member of FIDE yet. So maybe we need to reconsider those countries that are not member. And then I was just doing a brief check, and I realized that some countries have more chess activities than we capturing yet. I understand this is very new. A lot of work needs to be done. So maybe we need to reinforce I think there's a content work group to develop more content to reflect activities in these countries. So it's easier for us to generate the content at the country, the federation level, get pictures and capture and send to Rita. But at some point, I suspect it is going to get overwhelming. So, I mean, these are just a few comments on the website. And then I also want to say we have done some work on chess in education, but mainly within our area in Liberia. So I follow the activities of Ansel and Boris in other parts of the continent, but we could not go that far to participate. So again, I look forward to getting access to some of these great training opportunities, and I'm hoping that we're going to get the knowledge spread from the commission to other federations that where they need help in getting their chessing education programs off the mark. So I'm happy to be a member of this commission. I think we have done a lot of work, but looking into 2024, we have a great year ahead of us. In West Africa, we have a lot of events already spread out, and the interest from parents and school administrators in Liberia, where I work and supervise chess activity, is already way above our capacity to handle. So just to start, we wanted to start with 50 schools, and now we feel overwhelmed, and we have not even gone halfway into the school yet. So I think educational chess is already surpassing competitive chess, at least in my region where I have information. So we need to brace ourselves for next year and work harder to deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. And Rita, I think you just heard a volunteer to work really hard on content gathering.
Yes, and I just wanted to reply to that I think we need to continue with our website content.
So Thomas, I know you're not really doing anything these days, so we'll give you something to do.
He's already now in social media. He's doing LinkedIn. He's doing
yes. I just heard a volunteer.
He's also going to improve the content.
It thrilled me.
Yeah.
And so.
Yes, thank you, Thomas, for those comments about Africa and certain countries. But what we also need to realize is that it's about readiness. We call it readiness. So we didn't share this with the rest of the commission, but when we work with certain countries and even continents, we look at the readiness of certain countries. Now, you might be ready to have a national team to represent you at the Olympiad. You might be ready to have national championships, or you might be ready to host chess and education or preparation of teachers' course. Now, all of these this is why we have meetings. And Thomas, I'm actually speaking to you. This is actually directed to you, that we are ready we had some meetings with you guys already, and we are ready to have meetings with other countries as well. And when we have meetings with you, we take your hand and we try to assist as much as we can. We try to get sponsors and stakeholders involved and on board to assist you, you see. This is where we shouldn't just be looking at the number of countries that are registered in certain areas in Africa or in a continent. We should also look at their readiness profile. And we are really, really looking forward to see Liberia on the radar very soon, Thomas.
Okay, thank you, Ansel. And Rita has informed me that we are not only out of time, we are past time. And so I want to thank everyone. I would call attention to one other item. In 2024, we have at the Olympiad, this will also be, what is it, 150 years for FIDE? 100 years.
100 years.
Okay.
100 years.
I wasn't there at the start, so I'm so I may look like I was there at the start, but I wasn't. And so that will be a special occasion that we'll have a special meeting on site that will be held in Budapest, Hungary in September. And so we'll as soon as we have more information, we'll share that with the commission. Again, we're out of time, and I know that there were others who would have liked to have shared. So I apologize for that. But please, as Rita mentioned earlier, one of the goals of our website is to share what you are doing. And so please send that information so that she and the others who are working on the website and social media can spread the word, because it's not all about what I'm doing or Rita's doing. It's about what all of you guys are doing, and maybe others that you haven't met yet, but you've heard about them. Let's get their stories out there. The more stories, the better. So thank you for your participation. Thank you for your hard work in chess and education. I can't thank you enough. You're making a difference. It's one reason why we're involved in this. We know that chess as an educational tool changes lives. We're impacting student lives, their families, schools. And so we believe this goes far beyond just the moves on the board. And that's why we've been involved with it for as long as we have. So thank you again for all of your work, and take care. And Rita, anything else as we close the meeting?
Any final questions or comments from anyone? No?
Thank you very much. And have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
And
Bye.
we'll be in touch.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot
Thank
to
you.
everybody.
Bye-bye, Jerry, Rita,
Bye-bye.
Prince.
Bye, Juventus. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
See you.
Take care.
Thanks, yeah. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Try to stay out of